My goodness. Yes. If you can figure out what that's from, that my goodness. That means you're OG. You mean you're pretty good. You're pretty good. You know, sometimes it takes a minute. I hate when people look up on. Oh, let me look it up on this. No, 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 no. Try to find it in your mind. Find it in your mind. It's the files in there somewhere. If you know. It's like this guy came up to me today, and I went to Piggy, comedian guy. We're talking about some comics that aren't with us anymore. It's like I couldn't get that name. I go, what's this guy? He committed suicide. He was Robin Williams. I go, no, no, no. There's another guy. He was in The Mask with Jim Carrey. And he said, let me look it up. And I said, don't tell me. Like, I'm going to go and I'm just going to walk it out and try to find it in my mind. And then I found it was Richard Jennings. God rest his soul. That was what, 45 or something? He, wasn't he dating like a newscaster woman? I forget who it was. I remember like HBO special. I think it was HBO. Full theater. Full. The big steaming pile of me. That's what it was called. It's funny. The beginning, he's like in the shower thing, and he writes the big steaming pile of me, and he makes fun of Michael Jackson and everything. But still, he's sold out. It was like a theater. It was like a couple thousand people in there for him. Big steaming pile of me. I like that. Like shit, it's all it takes is one bad night or day. I don't know if people. Suicide is usually. They say do not go quietly into the deep dark night. Like, and the night can be like if you got nobody, like it's quiet. It's like the world is dead, kind of, if you think about it. There's nobody out there, like it's quiet. It's like the ghost town. Have you ever heard that term before? But what you have to realize is that the sun will rise, and I'm in LA, so the sun is 5:23 Pacific. The sun's coming up soon. It might seem right now you go outside, it's like it's pitch black. Chai spice, no special ingredient right now. But you gotta live for tomorrow. Live for the day. Live for tomorrow. I heard this. I don't know who said it. It's not important, but what it said was important. Bad times don't last forever. Believe me. Like if you're going through bad times, now think about this. You're going through bad times. It ain't gonna be around. The bad times they go. The things have to turn. They have to. I wish I had somebody to kind of guide me. Through common sense of this kind of stuff. I didn't have anybody. I had to deal with all these emotions, like just I didn't understand, and then I would get drunk, and and that leads me to the topic for the subject for Saturday night. Um, my hours were I went to the gym yesterday, like in the morning. My gym opens 8 in the morning on the weekends, so I guess did I stay out? I don't even know. I'm trying to remember on Friday, but my point was, I went to the gym, and yeah, I think like it was Friday. I basically, or was it Thursday? I can't remember. But my thing is, I got a lot of sleep a day before. So, Saturday night was last night was the dance in Anaheim, and I kind of would have liked to go, um, but to go, it's not like the orange line that goes on the Metrolink. The last one leaves at Union Station at 4:40. Um, there's no 91 because it's not Fullerton. Fullerton, they have a later train that you can catch at 7 something. But I don't know, like it's Orange County, everything shuts down. The buses shut down early on the weekend, so I'm not gonna figure out how to get there from there to there. Like anyway, you missed that 440 going to Anaheim. You're getting there. Um, I guess there are ways. There's a 460 regular bus. One hell of a schlep. It does go on the freeway. Um, but the whole idea is to have your route and then you just follow through with it. There's a 2 in the afternoon one, then there's the 440. 440 the 440 p.m. is ideal because it goes to like Anaheim Stadium, and from there I walk. Like even though buses are running, it's a good walk. It's maybe like 3 to 4 miles, but it's flat, it's straight, so it's really kind of quick. Um, I usually grab a Subway sandwich, but now I bring my own tuna salad. I kind of eat as I'm about a half mile away, eat a little something, and go do my thing. And by the time I get there, it's kind of just getting started around 6. So, maybe 7's a little better, but it's okay, whatever. But what happened was I went to the gym at 8 in the morning. God, there's no, see, I'm not going to bitch, cry, complain, jump up and down. There was no water, barely any water pressure. So in the morning, yesterday, I saw this lady in my building. She's taking water. There's a fountain, not a water fountain, but one of those things you could plug your hose into, nozzle, whatever. You're getting water out of there. So I go, and it goes, in 1 hour, is somebody coming to fix it? Finally, so they did get it fixed. Wait after I came back from the gym, fucking dirty. I want to hop in the shower, and I couldn't take a shower for like an hour and a half. But so now it's around like 1 o'clock now. I already had something to eat, and I'm saying to myself, all right, are we gonna go? Like, I'm getting a little tired now, and I'm like, fuck, okay, this is gonna be really hard because I'm getting kind of tired, and if I schlep out to Anaheim, I like to be awake. Like how are you gonna? I can't. I have no hotel room out there, nothing. And it's weird. When I was gambling, I could stay up for a couple days in a row because you're high on the adrenaline. You're Gambling was like a drug for me, so I could stay up 2 days in a row, gambling because of that crazy high. And then, like, I remember the second I almost passed out. I walked out of the casino. I almost fell asleep on the bus. I remember and it's not healthy. It's not good. And thank God so far I don't do that shit anymore. But dancing gives me kind of a good high sometimes when it's really rocking. Um, and I wanted to go, so around 2 o'clock, I sat down. I said, "All right, can we do this? Can we get up?" I said, "If I schlep out there, man, I'm just gonna, I sometimes I get a second wind. I'll be like, all right, I can." But dude, I didn't sleep the night before. Stayed up, and then you're gonna go. And then by the time the driver comes and gets me to get home, oh my God, like I just didn't want to. I was too tired. So I want to chance it. So I laid down, and no, by the time I got up, it was 10:30 at night. It's 10 o'clock at night. So much for that. Um, Boy, the sound. I know you can probably hear the sound. That's crickets and the train. So pretend we're going through like Iowa. The train next stop, Des Moines. Des Moines is our next stop. Train stops are generally brief, so make sure that you stand by the exits. Des Moines is our next stop. The Metrolink, I kind of like put in my own words for it. So I got up and I was like, it's Saturday night. Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna fucking do? Now this place called the Shortstop. It's like, there's one bus. It's near Dodger Stadium, hence the term the Shortstop. They got kind of a decent, a long time ago, and there was good music, decent music, and you gotta go to places that are kind of questionable to get the better music. It's kind of weird. It's just, I'll explain. I'll get into the guy. I talked with this guy. Well, I'll tell you this dude started talking outside. He's like 35-year-old Hispanic guy, but he knew he was very knowledgeable about pop. He called it pop locking. It's not. He first said, he asked me if I was a break dancer, and I said, well, not a b-boy. I don't do that, but I'm very knowledgeable in the arts of popping and locking. Well, it's not. It's two completely different things, Um, and there's many, like, if you wrote an outline, not in locking. Locking is locking. It's like this one kind of generic, even though it's different kind of ways, to, certain kind of music. But it's generally, people know if you're locking, the basic, wrist rolls and points and kind of like, which started in the 70s, popularized by the group The Lockers, Tony Basil, and Fred Berry. I think it's Fluky Luke and Shabadoo, of course, and then later, like Lose Caboose and those guys. Don Campbellock, of course, and son Greg, passed away. I knew these guys. I knew them. I spent almost 30 years going to events and stuff and competing and dancing in circles, like many years. So, if you're around it, people know who you are. And they've seen you before. Popping is not, there's so different ways, because it's not just a straight hit, like, I really don't want to chant and holding it, it's popularized by the electric boogaloos. I forget the guy's name, or it doesn't come to me, but he's credited for creating it. But it's kind of hard. To give one person all the credit, and a lot of people were doing that around that time. So many groups pop-a-locks, there's so many of them. Electric Boogaloos, like I mentioned. Boogaloo Sam, is the guy's name. But, Poppin' Pete Taco, and, the thing is, there's different, there's like strobing and ticking. Flat Top, if you can look him up, and you can see, how he moves his arms, and, how his body is. That's one of the elements of popping. More blue hitting, it's a basic hit. Dime stopping, and liquid animation, made very popular by Boogaloo Shrimp. Liquid animation involves mostly like waving type movements, but popping also includes tutting, the movements with the angles and stuff. It's all part of popping. So there's lots of different ways, especially a lot of the gliding movements, that you said Michael Jackson, moonwalking, but they're side glides, so many different, things that you would see. That's all falls under like the genre of boogaloo and popping. That's all street dance, and that's what I was passionate about. So I'm talking with this guy outside, I told him, I said, I grew up in this area, but, a lot of people from the inner cities, they're in the streets, they're real street dancing. So that's, even though I'm not from there, a lot of those guys, they have a good foundation of learning that, because the music is very conducive to it. Like, back then and that time. There's still places which are very, it's, not some it's a good DJ would know. They know all these obscure, they call it like milk crate kind of things. They know, like, I've heard like a lot of these guys and lowriders sometimes, or their bikes, they're playing some tight funk, like tight, real, hard hitting music. Like, and I know if I hear it, I know. I go, oh shit, and it brings it out of you. Like if you really are like the people will see like it's not like I'm talking to certain music that it's just not that hard. When they play something that's got something to it, that I'm like, oh shit, okay, let's open it up here. It's like an artist is getting to put this shit on the canvas. You're getting your opportunity to work, and I love that. I love that. It's like, I mean, I don't have I already mentioned like Dogmaster is modern day is probably one of the best guys like as far as I know. But there's so many songs like you have to just be that. Like the guy, he was just trying to ask me, well, are you this? And I go, look, I do a lot of different things. A lot of different things. Um, I guess it's just being a freestyle dancer. I guess I don't know. So I went to the piggy first. And what I do is the guy's really cool. There's a security guy there. What I'll do is bring a bottle of water with me. Let me keep it there. And I got a place called the Den, which is like 2 blocks away. And it's like, how do I explain the Den? Young, crowded crowd. There's like a little area, kind of 2 areas that you kind of dance, but it's just not. They're not. And I went in there. It was like that place is sometimes so crowded, but it was kind of like that dance area was kind of open. So I was hoping the DJ would play something tight. There was a DJ there, and she just didn't open it up. She didn't. And it's just not a place for it. It's not a good. Now I was wearing, um, you know, I got like this. I guess I can show you. Give me a second. I'm not gonna put it on, but I'll show you. Give you an idea. Now again, I don't always wear. Like I like a fedora. A black fedora. So I'm not gonna show you the hat, but this jacket. And I don't always wear shit like this. You know. But it's like I know it's tacky, right? It's a big lapel. It's like a '70s. It's like a '70s kind of clown jacket or something. I guess it's the best thing. It's like, well, why are you wearing that, man? With like jeans and a. It's like, why are you wearing shit like that? That's like odd for a fedora. What are you wearing? And you know why? Because I can. Because I can. Now I have nice generic looking kind of suits. Whatever that, and I can wear those too. I can wear anything. But you know what though? Sometimes I'll wear shit that's a little loud. I'm hoping to kind of like do my novelty act dancing. Like I like being a little different sometimes. Take something like that seriously, and I don't give a fuck. One guy, the Mexican guy, he asked me, he goes, well, why do you think about changing up your look? And I go, let me explain to you something. I do change up my look all the time. So get a cap. He goes, look, my look, whatever, I can wear different kind of things, like, but it's a style based upon a lot of the OG poppers with the vest, the long sleeve shirt, the hat. It's representative of the style, for me. I came up with like the Smooth Criminal time, Electric Boogaloos and stuff like that. So I think that's tight. So I'll wear, whatever. Like I just said, different types of sport coats, fedora with the vest. Or sometimes I won't wear the hat. I'll just wear the vest. Sometimes I won't wear a vest. I'll wear long trunks. It just depends. You know, there's no etched in stone thing that that but you know, I have my kind of thing, and I go. He goes to get with the times, and I go. Then the times need to get with me because you know what? I'm my own character. You know, like if I'm getting paid or something like that, then you can tell me. You know, the times. Now he wasn't telling me like this. Get with the times. He was saying you should get with the times. I mean, I go. You know, you just don't know. You don't know who you're talking to, dude. Um, in a nice way. Now he was being sincere. I appreciate that, but sometimes people just don't get it. You know, like they all want to fit in. They want to be they want to be different, but they don't. But they want to fit in. And how about like I want to be different and I don't want to fit in? How's that? A great line said by one of my great predecessors, Paklika, who's no longer with us. He used to have a jacket. He was not a slave to style or fashion. I remember that. I remember that. Okay. I met his mom. She was at the LXD premiere, League of Extraordinary Dancers. Paklika died young. That dude might have been 45, if that. I was surprised. And I like that guy a lot. He's really tall. He's a popper, tall popper. I knew he could dance, could do lots of different things. But every time I showed up to a dance event, he saw me, he goes, Kid Illusion in the house, like loud, announced my presence, like I was somebody, like I was here. Just really cool, you know, just, like he knew me from the early '90s, you know, when I first started. Remember that one night outside the Key Club, and him and Skeeter Rabbit were out there. I was talking with them. You know? Skeeter Rabbit was telling me, like, show me your hit, you know. They're both dead. Skeeter Rabbit, I think, committed suicide. He danced on tour with David Bowie. Rabbit was one of the Electric Boogaloo's, you know. He was in the movie Breaking, um, circle thing next to Pop and Pete, but he didn't have any lines or anything. But he was a professional street dancer, and he got on the tours, got on the stuff. On too. Anyway, these were great, great talent, great icons of street dance. Anyway, okay, so tonight, it's like some fucking husky chick wearing like a lime sweater, kind of like a Megan Trainer kind of woman. All about the bass, all the bass, no trouble. But yeah, well, I know it's trouble, but this woman was trouble. And what happened was, I started hearing her yell. Now the music's going upstairs in the piggy, literally a piggy in the piggy, and she's yelling at whatever for whatever reason. And I don't know what happened. Like I had my cup of water, it's glass, on the table, and Miss Piggy here, the lime woman, husky, she gets up and then she's like fucked up or she's angry, a combination of both, and she like leans in the table like I'm not sitting, I'm standing at the table. It looks like it's gonna come over, and my glass of ice water slide off. So luckily I was able to save it. And Miss Piggy, hefty, lime, angry. She brought a lot of attention to herself very quickly, and so the security came upstairs. They got her out of there. I don't know what the hell happened. Even the DJ's got a microphone And he was like, we don't need you, got her out of there. It's like, this is not a place for this kind of love. No, we're here to have a good time here. So they got Miss Piggy out now. So as they got rid of her, there were these couple of chicks that are by the staircase, and I go there at me. So it must be that. It must be close to that time of the month, apparently. And once I said that, oh my God, this woman, she's so mad at me. She goes, "That's not funny," She got real mad. What's wrong with you? Not as funny. You know, remember if you remember yesterday's episode, I said I don't get mad over things I can't control. And the woman that got so mad like that could learn from my advice. And I just, well, why didn't you tell her that? Because you know what? Once a woman's, like hot, like after one of my little, low ball comments like that, doesn't matter. It's just, you can't bring them back. Like, their mind is already made up. Like, you're a dick, whatever, and that's it. But not necessarily. She was with like 4 or 5 chicks, some guys, whatever. And she went back and told them once they all sat down. So they're all sitting down, and the dance floor is open. There's a dance floor, and there's like this I like to dance on because it's a really good wood surface. The disco floor, what I have up there, I don't get on there. I don't like the surface of it. And DJ was the same guy, but you know what? I think it was a combination of me saying, "Look, there's nowhere else for me to go. I'm here, so whatever he plays is fair game. Like I'll dance to it." And you know what? There was a couple songs that were not. I played a Britney song, so I was able to do some. And I know. And I heard one of the women go, he's okay. Like he just, I wasn't trying to be a dick. Like I threw that one low ball comment, and I just went, and they could see, like, I'm not there to harass women or anything, so. And then I think one of those women in the group, they actually, a couple of them came up to dance, and one of them stayed with me, like danced with me for like 15 minutes, like, where I'm like teaching her. She wanted to kind of learn. And she's like copying my moves as I'm doing it. It was really cool. So, and then she like hugged me and everything. So it was all good, all forgotten. Not the chick that I gave a comment to, but this other one is not bad. So, and I said, I'm sorry, but I said, no. What you do is you just look, human being, okay? I'm not perfect. I'm not Justin Timberlake either, but you know what I mean? And I'm not going to get into any philosophical sit-down conversations that's my dance time, on the weekend. That's what I like to do. So my point is that, I'm not perfect. Like, I know I said that already, but it's, I make the best of situations. It's what it is. Now, there was this chick that showed up. This one guy, big, I don't know. He showed up with this chick, this red hair. She was not bad. She's pretty decent, not extremely hot, but not bad, when I would love to answer, like, but she came in with that guy, and I just didn't feel comfortable, kind of like approach. But she was like on the floor, she was on the other side, like not far from me. I played like, so I kind of see the way that I dance you know, it's move to groove. It's freestyle. It's dance to the music kind of thing. And the DJ will switch up the songs very quickly sometimes, and I'm prepared for that. You know, like um, I'm a master at that, but I'm not like again. You know, like just because I can dance differently to different songs doesn't mean I'm the greatest dancer. You know, like I'm everything. You know, like I'm all right. I'm very humble. Like I'm very like excuse me. Thought that was the end there. Um, I think I'm okay. Like I'm not because I myself like on video sometimes, and I just don't like it. You know, like I'm not. You know, these people that they work, they're real solid professionals. You know, and I'm not that. I'm you know, I've got some little strengths here and there. You know, like some stuff. Um, but you know, I got a lot of time, a lot. So you know, I do a lot of different shit. But again, it's based around the popping and boogaloo style. But again, I can do shit from the '90s. I can do lots of different stuff. And DJ kept switching up the songs, so I kept switching up the styles. I mean, you're talking like he went from Will Smith's "Summertime," summertime, you know, like you know, uh, to a fucking what's that jump around those Scots Irish, that Irish, you know, the House of Pain. You jump around, you know. So like I change my styles based on the songs, you know, that he's playing. And then he put on, I forget what's it, Backstreet, you know, what's his name? It was Backstreet Boys. Everybody, rock your body. I think it was Rock Your Body. I think is Justin Timberlake, but it's you know, and it's like I know my style of choreography to that song. And that redhead chick, like when they played that song, I had room and I fucking opened it up like full blast, you know, with my cry. And she was watching. She goes, "Damn," you know. She's so, you know, she goes, "Damn," like I was going like hard, you know, like hitting my point, and it's like, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, like I know when I'm on, you know, like I'm really rocking it there. Um, as if like I'm like their choreographer showing them how to do, you know, in my mind, you know, like that's what I think, you know. But the thing is, like sometimes, you know, like sometimes depending on you know where I am, what I am in an area and everything, you know, sometimes I can really go. Um, but you know, sometimes he'll put in stuff and say, all right, well, like, what I'll do is I'll bring constantly, even the songs I don't even like. Um, I don't even know the words, but I kind of like can do the hand gestures like he knows. It's like still, you know, and you know, I just didn't know where else to go. It's when I something downing. It's like ich läuft schon. That means I'm running. In Yiddish, that means ich läuft schon means I'm running so like sarcastically, you know, like you know I'm gonna go there, right? You know, um, Downey is inconveniently located for me, and there's not many white people there. Um, you know, it's really no business. You know, I go into a. He says, "Oh, they play '80s music in this place," but I forgot what it's called. You know, the hop in Lakewood, similar. You know, like very Latino. I don't mind that. I love Latino women. Don't get me wrong. You listen to my last episode, you know, but come on, man. You're talking like 40 miles, 30 miles away just to go dancing for a couple hours. I mean, and hopefully they play the music you like. You're asking for, you know, it's a lot, man. Been to some of these '80s clubs, and you know, a lot of these. If it's like a gay themed '80s club, they play like Depeche Mode, you know, whatever. I don't. That doesn't do nothing for me. That's not, you know, what I'm talking about. I'm talking '80s, you know, like a mix of pop and street dance '80s, you know. I don't care even if it has like flash dance or what a feeling. What's Irene Cara? That's okay too. That's part of it because if you saw that movie, uh, Rocksteady Crew were in that, had a cameo in that. So it's okay, like that's fine, but not that kind of mod punk '80s stuff. That's different. That's not my thing. I like the stuff that is pop. Taylor Dane. Anything. The fucking you know the written down here. Hold on. Tell it to my heart. That's this whatever. There's so much good shit. Midnight Star, Operator. And million songs. I just don't know off the top of my head, but you know, fucking Rick James. The Ghetto Life, whatever. That fucking there's some good shit out there that's tight. DJs that know they know. They get a million. They can pull out fucking shit that would be like whoa. Um, so this guy he did in a couple. One that I thought like he was kind of going to go into that element of one thing he just didn't. He didn't play. It was a mix of something. Um, There's a place called the Shortstop also. That I haven't been able to get down there in a long time. You just got to get online and try to find places that might be a little more conducive. It's hard to feel, people that I know people's mentality. You're down. How come you're not working in entertainment? How come you're not dancing? But there's a big difference. Going out and just on my terms, dancing in a place where everybody's maybe drunk a little, and they're dancing. You're really good. It's not like they're going to like a show or an audition or something, or the people behind the desk. They're not going to be entertained by anything. They're not there to have a good time. They're there. They're looking for something for this kind of job or whatever, and these quote unquote dancers, they take classes at Millennium. They're professional choreography dancers. Lucky to get a job on a cruise ship or dancing behind Britney Spears or something for a bit or a tour or something. That's what you see at the Edge or Millennium. They're 20-year-old, 24-year-old people like that. They're professional dancers. Yeah, and then of course they can all do a freestyle or something, but no, these are people that can pick up steps, like, and they got to look, like for that works, whatever, they got a good body, I don't know, I'm 48, man, what the fuck. Look, even when I was 24, I was not. I went to a couple auditions at a Bobby Ball agency or whatever. It's a woman, by the way. You think Bobby is a guy's name, but it's actually a woman. And you had the choreographer. Okay, we want you to do these steps. I couldn't. I didn't know. I'm not like that. I guess like, if you were working with like if there was somebody working with me right there, and no group for some reason, just like a partner, like we're getting. It's like, all right, let's go. We can do this together. I could do it. Some of them in a big group, all like and they don't work with you. That's like you just are supposed to pick it up from watching the and everybody's doing the same thing. Who the fuck are you? You're nobody. You're not gonna know who you are. No one's gonna know who you are, and it just doesn't. I don't see the allure to it. Form of dance, the performance. That's nothing impressive to me. Everybody's doing the same thing, everybody's looking at the main person as the person in front, like it's like they got all these combined, doesn't matter, but like in the video, what is it, Toxic? Britney's wearing the like a red like one jumpsuit, and she stands out. She's in front. That's who it's about. It's not about those people behind her, So why the fuck would I want to be dancing in something where I'm like doing these moves and it's all about that woman in the front? I don't. For me, it took me a long time to put together that, well, you're not this and you're not that. See some movie kind of work now. My mind is not close to acting and dancing. Like I mean, that's probably your only, if you can find somebody that could use you as an actor with the ability to dance, that's important. Like if you find something like that, I don't know. I've tried. I go online all the time. I find a list of like casting agencies or open casting calls or something, or managers. I try to find something, and it's like you got to get an agent, you got to get a manager. I try to find nobody will listen to me. Nobody will let me even send somebody to close submissions. You can't even send a headshot. Brighter, of course. It's not like this. You can see what I look like, and um, a couple links to my YouTube videos that I was on. So you think you can dance and dance deeper with maybe and a resume, a copy of my resume of some of my credits. That's it. Like there's no, and I sent this to like whoever I could, and not one person ever reached out to me and said, "Hey, like, can you come in here?" I'm in LA. I'm in the middle of all these places. No, I don't think I ever reached out to CTG, Clear Talent Group. That's only, but I've reached out to so many that and nobody, like, because you're not, like they're looking for, like I said, those professional background dancers. You're in a very little limit. I tried sending them some, they never responded. So, it's now he's very art, and he is, is a little, know, yeah, he's not, he's kind of, I got $1 million for it. So I never met the less ones, but I Trek 6 line at him, and it was not well received. You are a fan, if you know, if history recalls Star Trek's The Undiscovered Country, Christopher Plummer, General Chang, when there's a scene where, Chancellor Gork ship, before all hell breaks loose, they're gonna have dinner as guests. Remember, they're invited Kirk and his top Klingon onto the Enterprise. Dinner as guests. The of diplomatic peace. So they beam the Klingons. They gleam. Can I say it right? They beam them aboard, and they're on the transporter room. It's I forget who's there. Kirk, they're all there. I forget what Chekhov goes. Guess who's coming to dinner? Not right, but anyway, they beam aboard. General Chang. He goes right to Kirk. he goes. I forget who pays with the guy's name. He doesn't matter. The Chancellor Gorkin. He's introducing. This is my daughter. This is the two guys. And this is General Chang. Chang goes right to Kirk. He's like right there. And Chang goes online. He goes, I so wanted to meet you. Famous. And he was laughing when he said it. I'm laughing because I can't control you. I'll never forget. He goes, I so wanted to meet you. Kirk has got sincere admiration. You know, he continues. He goes, from one warrior to the next. Like he's looking at him from because he respects his tactical ability and stuff like that. But it's innate. Kirk is he's a great captain. Because of everything he's done. you know, his base against Klingon commander the Kruge. You know, the whole thing. The, see, you know, I know doing analysis on the thing, but they're looking at it from like a as a warrior, you know, like as a fighting respect. And Kirk's, you know, he's a guy, you know, he's not that's not he's not a killer, you know, he's not a fucking, you know, those Klingons are killers. You see their swords. Remember with fucking with the sun, you know, they took out that fucking that Klingon dagger, and it has like fucking the blades on the thing when he opened when that guy, you know, on the Genesis planet. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but you know, they're like it was really he was pissed because they killed his son, you know. But okay, I know I'm going off on the thing, but when I met Pop and John at the World of Dance thing, you know, it was him, and he was like came up to me, or I forget I was, and he looks at me, and I go, I go, I so to meet you, you know, like I felt like dang, but I felt like this is the guy here, like this is the now you understand I've been popping 5 years plus, right? But with other things, I am not a popping artist of that style. I can do a little stuff. I'm not bad. Papa John's a real specialist, like a real, like his control, his flow is very, very. He's not as versatile as a dancer as I am. Nevertheless, he's more popular than me. Like he's better. He's better because he's a specialist, like in one area, and he's got millions and millions and millions of views. So I'm putting above me, like as overall, based upon him being a specialist. And you know, it was just kind of he kind of like was taken back, like because he didn't know what I was a reaction by telling him it's just like it's hard for me to bow down, you know, like oh you're Papa John, you're so great. I don't do that, you know, even though I never really hit nothing, I never became nothing big. I don't like cow down, you know, to favor, you know, they get a lot of views. I don't care. I care about talent out of respect. You know, like that's nobody really does that, you know, like or whatever. You know, like I give a lot of respect to people in my mind. Like Flat Top him at all. But I told him in my mind, I know I don't look at the now. I look at the body of work. If from a business, you know, yeah, that's not in my mind. Like I know Blue Shrimp. I you know what he brought. What the guy is. You know, come on, talking about a dude that in two of the street dance movies ever, the Breaking One and Breaking Two. I mean that you know, it feels like I mean I never cared for that. That's more like a musical and kind of. And my thought process is a little different when it comes to my respect, paved the way in certain things. How people clap or whatever like that. I don't. That's what they're doing. I don't give a fuck how many people they dance contest because of like you know the price like that whatever like that contest the price like $300. You know it's a lot of money. Fat woman that I'm sitting there like trying to do you know it was like a Michael and she won. They gave it to her like $300. You know in like a Michael Jackson song. I did my thing, and it was like close between me. They gave it to him. Like I got fucking, you know, I could win. You know, that's why. But that's not, you know, it's not my element. that I would just because more pickup trying to meet women. That's the only thing. Dance places, I don't go there. You know, again, that it's really hard, and I don't know anymore because of the altercations that I would get into. So, you know, I don't need anything because who am I? Like, am I 8 years of what hasn't worked? And take what will work and try to like on your own. But I'm here just to tell you like why shit has. I'm here just to tell you like why shit hasn't worked for me. Because I stayed true to who I am as a person, and it doesn't mean that you're. So when I left the piggy, that woman in the red here, she was sick bar, and she did look at me like when I left, kind of did give a chuckle, like she wasn't like, hey, I want to talk to you kind of thing. Um, the one chick that danced with me, so she went back to her friends, but she stayed with me. So I don't like to show the hungry dog syndrome, which is like you're so desperate and needy, and that kind of whatever you might have as a man. So I don't do that. Like it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Remember, I talked about this, I touched on this in my last episode. Yes, timing and like, are they having a good time? Timing, like, are they having a good time? Is music good? There's just a lot of factors. Now, let me tell you what happened yesterday morning. Late, I left the gym. I was because like I got like I did chest and the weight's coming back. I'm sick. I've been eating good again, so weight's starting. Toward the end of the workout, I was pretty pumped up. I do the flip, throw myself around, and it'd be funny. It's not a salt or a carb. Consider it a half quarter. I go over and I land on my back. Don't land. I land. My back is flat, but not my feet are not. They're. I land on my. I land on my feet. I land on my back, but my feet on the ground. My palm doesn't break fall, but my back is thick enough to absorb the impact. Remember, it's like after concrete would be really hard. I do it, but there's no give. The astroturf has kind of little give. Still, you gotta have a pretty thick body muscle. So I do like one going forward and one other. Two is enough. Like this, and it's a common thing. They say a man will do something to show except me. But I have an idea for. I got something a little more You know, like you can't to choose the generic route. Like it's like a million to one. Number one, I'm say I watched the match between The Rock and Lance. I looked at his physique when he came out, and I said, I'm about that guy's size. If I could hold his own, you know. Benoit was like my favorite, Again, it's Benoit was taking, shooting, whatever, you know. Guerrero too. And showed pictures with me and Jericho, when I was, so when I left the gym, I was coming down, really cute. She was wearing this kind of like a 50s style, like a little dress, these little shoes, and tight top. Like, wow, it was really nice. After it, I didn't run after it because I don't want to do that. I want to catch up organically, catch up like the normal kind of thing, and then try to say something. Go to the other side of the street. She's on. I could tell by the pitch in her voice, it's kind of a serious thing, like spicy, getting hit on all the time. And I kept going. I didn't want to stare at her like I was a creep or something. So I think I wanted to try to, I forget what it was. And I go, oh, yeah, are you? And she goes, no, I'm not. And she just didn't stop, like, kind of. But, it's just like, more than likely it was someplace. They're busy. They're just not. Openings go against social society. So anything away from this episode, if you're Gordon Wash to go along with, and look, I've had one time I tried to approach a woman, like she was at a restaurant, she was eating outside. I tried to go, she goes, do not encroach, she told me. Listen, I've had my share of experiments of shit that doesn't work. Point is that you have to fucking try to crack through that ice, that paralyzing of what works. The creepo is following me. It's not true. It's not true. Beautiful, never see her again, so if you, more than likely, then you're guaranteed don't want to, it is difficult. There's some of these women, they're captivating, and I see them, it's like, man, like, and it's something neat, maybe go to the gym. Anyway, I hope that overall, whatever, she was in decent shape too. She wasn't like that. It's just to drive an Aston Martin. Some names of some women that you could. I'm looking for like the Jessica that dress up like that sometimes. That really got it. All right. Gym that are doable, but it seems like I just don't want to working out. I mean, imagine if like a gay guy was into, who knows? They don't bother me because I don't give them any eye contact of interest. Not stupid, They would never. Me, like when I was embarrassed, like I thing I never got wouldn't be just, but this episode